I'm Groom, and I play Michael Spot, product manager.
I'm Daniel, and I play Dwight Brute, the marketing lead.
My name is Marvelous Aramidia Tolabi, and I'm playing the role of Jim Albitz.
Welcome to Thunder Mifflin Tech, a fast-growing startup preparing to launch our new mobile app, Mufflin Chat. Decided to make team communication ridiculously simple. 2 weeks before launch, everything seemed perfect, until our development team found a major security flaw. Private messages were being stored unencrypted in our servers, meaning that anyone who could gain access to our servers would be able to read those private messages between users, which is a major security flaw. Now, why is the product manager Michael Spot the right person to lead here? Well, according to Module 1, Lesson 1, Leadership is Influence, an effective leader shows authenticity, integrity, and clarity of values. In this crisis, Michael Spot understands every team's perspective, the product vision, and the ethical responsibility Thunder Mufflin has to its users. His influence, communication skills, and centered presence makes him the ideal person to guide the situation. And this brings us to today's scenario. How does Michael Spot lead the team through conflict, manage ethical dilemmas, and guide the company toward a responsible decision?
Yo, Michael, yo, I just discovered something serious. The app is not storing messages unencrypted. If someone gained access to the database, they could read everything.
Oof. Okay, that sounds like a big deal.
It is.
Give me a moment. Alright.
Right here, Michael Spot is performing the centering technique from Module 1. Straightens posture, takes a slow breath, grounds himself, and refocuses attention.
Thanks for telling me right away. Let's walk through this clearly. First, how bad is the risk?
Pretty bad. It's not a vulnerability someone could randomly stumble on, but if a breach happened, our users' private conversations wouldn't be protected.
Damn it. So this affects trust, safety, transparency. 3 core values that our company aligns with. We're gonna handle this with honesty and care.
Here, Michael demonstrates Module 1's self-awareness plus center presence. He regulates his emotions, stays grounded, and returns to his core values. This prepares him to lead from a place of clarity rather than panic. No, Michael. We cannot delay anymore. We've already scheduled demos, influencers are already lined up, and the hype is building. Fix it after the launch. People won't even notice.
That's not responsible. If this leaks, users will lose trust forever.
But if we delay, we lose momentum. Competitors will beat us.
Alright guys, let me hear both of you clearly. So Dwight, you're saying the business depends on momentum and timing. And Jim, you're saying that user trust and safety comes first. I know both of you care about this deeply, but it's obvious that you care about it in 2 different ways.
Exactly. Delaying is risky.
So you're worried that a delay harms visibility, sales, and investor confidence.
Yes, but launching with a flaw harms our ethics and user safety.
And you're worried about trust and legal implications.
Here, Michael's demonstrating active listening, empathy, and the 4 C's of communication: clarity, conciseness, coherence, and credibility, which are all core concepts from Module 2. By paraphrasing each team member's concerns, he shows he genuinely understands their perspectives, which reduces their defensiveness and builds trust.
Alright guys, let's take a step back. Now, what do we value as a company? Transparency, trust, responsibility. If we betray those values now, we undermine everything Thunder Mufflin stands for.
I mean, I get it, but our investors.
I'll communicate with them directly.
This is leadership presence, not controlling the team, but guiding it by aligning everyone back to shared values. Now, Michael transitions into Module 5, Leading Change. Using things we've learned from Module 5 like SMART goals, planning, persuasion, momentum, and how to handle resistance, Michael will lead his team towards the right direction.
Alright guys, here's what we're gonna do. We have everything planned out right here. First, we will refine the idea. We'll pause the launch temporarily, Change we're making is to protect user privacy and strengthen encryption. Then we'll set the SMART goals. S for specific. We will encrypt all messages end to end. M for measurable. We'll also complete testing and have a security audit. A for attainable. Our software engineers estimate 5 days for the repair. R for relevant. We have to align with user trust and company values. Finally, T for time bound. We'll set our new launch date in 10 days.
Wait, 10 days? That's tight.
I know, your concern is valid. Here's how we'll maintain momentum. Our marketing team will adjust to messaging to emphasize enhanced security, and we'll turn this into a strength, not a weakness.
This moment demonstrates change readiness, a concept from Module 5. Change readiness is all about helping people understand why change is necessary, why it matters, and how the team will successfully move forward. By validating Dwight's concerns, Michael acknowledges the emotional reality of change. Then Michael clearly lays out a plan moving forward, and which strengthens the readiness by showing that the change is not chaotic, it's structured, purposeful, and achievable. Finally, by reframing the problem as an opportunity, he restores momentum, another concept from Module 5.
I also understand resistance. This wasn't part of the plan. Change fatigue is real, but this is the moment Thunder Mufflin defines its reputation. If we get this right, customers trust us more. If we get this wrong, we lose them.
Thank you. That means a lot.
Okay, I think I can get behind this, but we need your support to talk to investors.
I promise you'll have it. I'll handle the communication. That's part of my responsibility as the leader of the situation.
Now, we ask the same question again. Why is Michael the right person to lead this moment? Well, he'll tell us.
As a product manager, I sit at the intersection of users, business, and technology. That means I understand the technical impact of the flaw, I understand the business pressures, and I am responsible for aligning decisions with Thunder Mufflin's values. Leadership isn't about authority. It's about influence, integrity, and clarity of purpose. My role requires me to balance people, ethics, and strategy, which is exactly what the situation demands. Our values, trust, integrity, and responsibility guided every decision today.
What has this experience taught me? This experience has shown me how important it is to communicate technical risk clearly and early, and how much leadership depends on empathy and active listening.
So what did I really take away from this? It's that my coworkers suck. Nah, I'm just kidding. I learned that business goals mean nothing without trust. Delaying a launch isn't failure, it's leadership, especially when it protects people.
What have I learned about being a leader? I would say that I learned how powerful it is to stay centered under pressure. When we lead with our values, we make better decisions, even if they're harder in the moment. So I think it's always important to stay grounded for sure.
And together, these three guided Thunder Mufflin Tech toward a responsible, ethical decision that protects users and strengthens the company's future.